Hello and welcome. So now we're gonna watch this match between V636 and 463F in the realm of Anubis, and we have now reached the semifinals, meaning there's just 4 alliances left in each realm. And in this realm we have, aside from the match we're gonna watch, we have a PX34 versus 6P. Who's gonna fight as well, same time. And you can take a look at the bets here. See that it is heavily favored for 636, but maybe 463 can prove everyone wrong. They did win the last 2 matches, where they were also underdogs, and I did manage to pick up a few good bets on those. But today they're fighting 636, very strong alliance. So let's see how that goes. The match starts here in 5.5 minutes, and hopefully we will manage to get in and watch the match. Okay, now we have just less than a minute to go. And we are about to get ready here to join. Hopefully, crossing fingers that we will get in. And we did manage to make it in. So. As we see the combatants from each team. And here are the key combatants from 636. And from 463. See, they had some very convincing battles so far. And also some pretty decent matches here from 463, but they did take one loss. See, here are some strong players. Taking a look at 636 as well. 7.4 billion kill points. As the gates will open here in just 20 seconds. We will start to see them rush out the gates. And hopefully it will be a somewhat interesting battle. Despite the bets being heavily in favor of 636. We see there's 11 rallies, 4 from 636 and 7 from 463. So 463 is definitely trying to get a few points on these outposts, provide some point disruption at least. As we now see that the first outpost was captured by 636. And you still haven't used hard push yet, which is normally, there it is from 463. Normally something you would want to use as one of the first things in the battle, because that is going to allow these buildings to be captured a full minute faster, providing more points, of course. And now these outposts did not manage to get that buff. And we see the obelisks are captured almost simultaneously, with a small delay here on this obelisk. Should not matter too much, but a small difference nonetheless. This outpost still haven't been captured. Someone is on their way, but they are coming from this outpost. See tons of marches just rushing out here, going towards this desert altar to try and get that first capture, which does provide 750 points if you are the first lines to hold that structure or successfully occupy it for the full occupation time here. And after that it is 150 points per minute for these altars. Shrines are a little less. The first occupation score is only 400 points and the continuous occupation is 80 points. And then of course we have the Shrine of War here, which does provide a 5% attack and a 5% defense bonus, which definitely will help in the fights in the middle or around structures. See 636 coming with a bunch of very fast cavalry marches here, definitely just going towards this obelisk here, trying to sneak in and get a fast capture on that one. Forcing a few 463 members to follow. Or they decided that it was not necessary. With just 15 seconds here, this obelisk should be captured and people can start teleporting in. However, these may just block the teleport spots. Forcing 463 to take care of that before they can teleport in as planned, and may not give them enough space if they cannot teleport where they're supposed to. No problems on the other side here. Everyone is very quickly teleporting in, and so are they here now. Just a little bit of hole here in the middle. Here we see 463 is definitely present at their own desert altar here. And how does the other one look? We see that 636 is present, but so is 463. And in just 7 seconds here, this structure will open and it's just going to be random, more or less, who gets in. Or not completely random, of course, but we see 463 did manage to make it in as the first ones. And they have a Zenobia here that if she can make it in there, she can garrison the structure and provide a lot of, make this structure very hard to get. Otherwise we see that all structures except for this one was taken by the alliance that was expected to get it. And then there's this outpost which was captured by one of those rallies we saw going towards them. See now that this Zenobia did make it in, but the structure is kind of low. And they still need to hold it for another minute and 10 seconds. Reinforcements are incoming, but they're the armies are falling one after the other. A bunch of marches just went out and the altar was captured by 636, not getting that first occupation score for 463. You see, meanwhile here, the obelisk has been under attack, but that is probably just this one CC. Over here we have the desert altar. The swarm from 636 has been taken care of. And 463 has now been more or less, there it is, has been completely cleared out. And that does mean that 636 is somewhat heading towards the middle. See a few marches. 463 definitely doing the same here. Over here we have the sky. Oh, we have an obelisk that was captured. That is probably just a single march that did manage to take it. Yes, it was. Now they did provide a bit of point disruption, and there is now another minute until this obelisk once again can start generating teleports, delaying them a little bit in the ability to teleport up. See now 636 is going towards this run of war, while 463 is just walking right past it. Going towards the middle here. Once again the obelisk was taken again, this time by Shang Yu. They need to put a margin in that obelisk if they want to hold it. But here the Sky Altar is being subject to Swarm, which is incoming, but the structure is doing some pretty good work with this Zenobia here. Over here Zenobia is definitely doing the same and is just killing these marches. While the middle slowly being filled up, as both teams are just getting ready here in front of each side. Desert Altar here is in trouble. A big swarm and a rally. Here comes another rally going through. Looks like it's going towards the run of war. Zenobia was taken out and does manage to get another one in, but the structure just fell too low and immediately died. So 636 does manage to pick up this Desert Altar, and in a minute it's gonna start taking points. With the arc coming up now here, they likely won't have time to take it back just now. But at the same time 636 does not have the people to really hold it, as these marches may be needed in the middle, unless they can manage to take out marches going towards the middle without people paying attention. 463 does manage to make a small step in front of the temple here, pushing back 636. With 2 minutes onto the arc, this is an advantageous position for 463, as 636 now has to march a little longer until they can get to the temple, and during that they cannot attack anyone other than from the counterattacks from being hit. So they will have to push back up, as 636 is using hard push and mystical formation in the middle. Hard push to help some rallies and keep the structures occupied faster. Here it goes for 6-3, is using mystical formation and war drums in the middle, giving that 20%, 80% attack and defense boost. see who comes out on top of this battle here. V636 does have a small bonus in the way that they use 2 buffs, so technically they should be pushing back 636. There is a lot of marchers heading back home with frowny faces from 636, but I don't think the map looks that red yet. It still looks very even here. As V636 is also heading back home right now. The Ark appears now, and let's see who manages to pick it up and get this Ark to the correct side of the map. See, V636 did get it up first, giving it a small boost in this direction they wanted to, but it was picked up by Charles, I think, and he did not manage to walk particularly far. The field is now starting to look a little blue. They did pick it up once more, but immediately die. Now 636 did get the Ark, the CC. Does manage to make up a little bit of a distance here. But the field is steadily turning blue here. 463 does get the Ark and move it a little distance, but not enough to get out. As blue team once again picks up the Ark and starts moving it with this Artemisia here. She is dropping health, but not particularly far. And there she goes. With the map now almost completely blue. We do have reinforcements incoming from 463, but same goes for 636. We see that the map is still exactly the same as it was before this Ark spawned. 636 picks up the Ark. This Saladin's making a good distance here, but does fall. Take a quick look at the structures here. You see that blue team is doing a good job at holding this desert altar. And same with the sky altar. Ark was once again picked up by blue team and marched a little bit. But now the field looks less blue than before, with these red marchers coming in and providing the heavily needed field support. Blue team just slowly making progress, a little bit at a time. This time the Ark was picked up by a very healthy Saladin, which does manage to make some good distance, but is also very much slowed. Now the Desert Altar was picked up by red team again, and the structure game is now even, but with now a 1,800 point difference. Here comes the hard push from blue team. Still very much focusing on this structure game during this arc. Once again, a very healthy Saladin picks up the arc. Not many marches hitting him yet. But there he goes, very soon. Makes a very good distance here. It's now very hard for red team to get this arc all the way back to their structures, as the march distance for blue team has been significantly reduced. Red team marches are coming in big time from the middle right now. Red team picks up the arc, makes a little distance towards their side. Very little distance, but anything helps at this point. Arc once again picked up by blue. It is Alex this time. Here comes more reinforcements from red team, now from this other side. Both teams very much focusing on the arc, but with blue team definitely using the skill points towards the rally skills. Keep seeing these structures here, Shrine of Life and the Desert Altar from red team being blinking up on the fat map. And I see we now have 23 viewers. Welcome to the stream, and if you do enjoy this stream, please consider dropping a like. It's free and it helps me out a lot. The blue team has the arc once again. What a Shang Yu. Making some good distance here, but drops. Red team does definitely not want to let go of this arc just yet. They are doing everything they can to try and get this arc back, but at this point it's now so far towards their obelisk that it's gonna take a lot of work to get this arc back. And right now the arc is making some very good distance here. See 4 rallies going, 2 from 463, 1 here on the from 636 on this side, and over here rallying the Sky Altar. Take a big quick look here back. The arc is now, well, more or less escaping. picked up by a Saladin now. Which is almost escaping here, but must drop here. As we're now just a few kilometers from the cities. And 463 is still coming in. I don't know if that's making sense at this point. Without a rally on this desert altar here as well. They definitely would have needed some rallies to bring in reinforcements faster. Could have rallied from this obelisk in the opposite corner to get the marches up here quicker. As the point difference now is 3,000 points and an arc for 636, meaning 6,000 points total. We see that red team is now swarming down this desert altar, doing a very good job here. A very good switch of focus here, although it may have been a little bit late switch of focus. (636) is trying to make the rescue here, but just cannot make it in time. And now the structure is being held by 463. Over here, structure is going back to being red. Now the swarm is incoming from 636, and it is a big swarm that is coming here. Structure being defended by a Jet Vega now. Take a look here at this desert altar here. It is definitely safe. Shrine of Life here being protected by a Dragon Lancer. Oh no, they definitely need to get something in here to defend it. And change that captain. There is an Herald now, I think. Not really ideal either. There comes an Alex now. Really need that garrison. I don't see any incoming. Oh, there is Zenobia. Okay. Up here, Desert Altar is still being swarmed, but a lot of the swarm was taken care of. Now comes a rally, which should soon drop this structure, if it can find its spot around it. 463 is still incoming with marches to reinforce the structure, and so they could potentially still hold this for a little while. I'll see the Sky Altar here blinking. Not really much going on. And there goes the structure. Blue team picks up the Desert Altar. But definitely a good points disruption and some point gain for a little while for red team. Down here we see a Xiang Yu rally being heavily swarmed before it even hits the structure and goes down. And left is a little bit of a swarm. Should be easily taken care of. Three rallies going here. On this sky altar. See what's going on here. Red team is definitely pressed to defend that sky altar, but blue team is also incoming with a lot of marchers. Now 5 rallies going. See what they're rallying. Shrine of Life, which is being defended by a Charles at the moment. And the desert altar here is being re-rallied. Let's see what they can do about this. Over here we have the rally on a desert altar with marches coming here. Blue team pulling a little bit back to defend their desert altar. And we now see that the obelisk here was picked up. And the CC is now trying to do a little bit of damage on the arc, but must give up and go back in the obelisk, as it is alone. It is now taking 3 marches though. Here comes the rally on this desert altar, alongside a field support. This is a Xiang Yu rally, which can do good damage on Zenobia, but is also very squishy, and it's now, as we see here, just being swarmed down and dies. Let's take a look at the Sky Altar. Looking alright. Red team is definitely doing a good job at getting rid of the swarm from blue team. Over here, Desert Altar being protected by the YSS. Point lead have decreased to just 2,000 points now. So a small regain of points from red team. But blue team does still hold this arc, and in less than 6 minutes they will deliver it for a 3,000 point gain. Shrine of Life here is in trouble, but with a lot of red marches incoming, it should be defended. Blue team is incoming as well though. See, red team doing a good job at cycling in them out to troops here. Sky Altar here. Let's rally on it. Will probably be followed by these marches here. And we have a rally on this Desert Altar. Swarm is incoming. Rally should be coming. There it is. Shengyu rally. Another rally on the Shrine of Life. And the Desert Altar here. A good swarm and the Shengyu rally. Shengyu is being swarmed here, dropping health very fast. And the same goes for this Shengyu. And Artemisia Tomerus, or is it Edward Tomerus? There is a Tomerus here doing some good debuffing against this Shengyu Attila. Which, I mean, I think is a little bit of a weird choice because Shengyu is very much skill damage based while Attila reduces your own skill damage. So it does seem kind of counterintuitive, but it does make Shengyu a little bit more tanky, can sustain a swarm a little longer. A big swarm in this Desert Altar here. Still. Zenobia dropping health fast. Blue team doing a very good job at keeping it reinforced though. With just a slim of health, it is still standing. And marches keep coming in, so the health bar does actually increase. Swarm keeps going, but it's now being hit by, well, garrison commanders. As it does look like the structure is now being safely handled and blue team is taking over. Over here, a Shengyu rally going down. Hard push being used by 636 as they does manage to pick up this Shrine of Life just before, so this hard push was not actually going to help this. Might have been a little bit of a mistake there. And now the Shrine of Life, also very fast, going back to blue, no, red. Over here, now the Shengyu rally being swarmed down, killed. big group of blue team here, seemingly balling up and getting ready for a rally that likely will be launched in just a moment. Just two rallies going on at the moment. Oh, as I say that, another rally is launched. I don't know why it's saying 4, it's on 3 apparently. Oh, there it is, okay. We have a Shenyu rally coming in here. A rally on the Desert Altar here. And on the Shrine of Life. Another Shenyu rally. Once again being swarmed. It's not really working for them. As blue team using insatiable desire, so they must be trying to get those provision points, but are they provisioning a lot? Let's take a look here. See, 1 march, 2 marches, 3 marches. Not really a lot. I don't know if that's worth it, to be honest.
What is up the world?
See here the Sky Altar being swarmed, but red team is in place, ready to take care of it. Up here, the obelisk is now under attack by a single CC march, which will go down. Meanwhile, over here, Shenyu Attila rally is being swarmed a little bit, but manages, with I guess the help of this Attila, to get rid of most of this swarm. We now see people going towards the middle, I think. Yeah, if we take a look here in the middle, we see that both teams are coming in. Blue team trying to get that position in front of the temple. As the structure up here looks like it is being handled by blue team. Take a look here. Desert Altar looks very much safe, as red team is now making their way to the middle. Sky Altar here. Single Shenyu rally with just 4 marches of support, not really doing much against Zenobia YSS here. As there's now only just this one rally going. Both teams are definitely going towards the middle now. Red team may look like they're a little bit outnumbered already. Blue team could probably have pushed up now and just take care of these marches and get a... But red team is incoming, and that might just be a better play. Just stay back and wait for more troops to income from both teams. Up here is Shrine of Life, really just being scouted and marched to exciting. Outposts have been taking a few here by red team and a single from blue team. which at the moment does mean that red team has a small advantage in the points per minute. Definitely something they need, as we now see the score difference here is 5,000 points, 5,200. And red team definitely needs this arc, which is worth 3,500, and not only that, they need to either dominate the provisioning game or start to pick up some more structures and will dominate the structure game in the rest of the match. Red team is just making a little bit of a sidestep here. But a lot of marches are in this murder mall. It's standing really tight. Let's take a quick look here. Sky altar, desert altar. Looks like it's being secured. Here in the middle, 636 is using Mystical Formation and War Drums. 463 using Mystical Formation and War Drums as well. To the death being used by 463, which is going to give them a very big boost here on the field. And we are now seeing frowny faces going back from both teams. Although this to the death should definitely spin it towards red team. As the arc now appears. Let's see who picks it up first. Could look like there the to the death is coming from 636 as well. The question is if it is already too late. It does not look like it's too late actually. They are definitely still present in there. As blue team does manage to pick up the arc first and start making distance with it. I also see that the Shrine of Life was captured by blue team. And they also hold 2 outposts. As the arc carrier drops. Arc was picked up for just a moment by red team, but immediately dropping again. As we see a lot of frowny faces going back from 463. This map once again looks like it's turning blue. The field has now been almost completely cleared here. Just 2 marches remaining and not even hitting the arc carrier. A few marches are still incoming, but they are so far out that they probably won't do much damage. This arc being worth 3,500 points. It's gonna be a very big point difference that red team now needs to make up somehow. Yeah, that's not easy. They need a lot of structures and they need to be on top of the provisioning game if that is to be possible. with the points difference right now being 5,400, that seems like an almost impossible task with this extra arc, making it 9,000. Red team is still making their way towards this arc, trying to somehow get this arc back. Seems like an almost impossible task at this point. The march walking towards the arc carrier is just being swarmed down by this massive field support from blue team. Just this single Guan, which for some reason hasn't been hit yet. Shang Yu Chandra in here, doing some damage on this Shrine of War, which I cannot see the health bar on. But it is losing, so it's not gonna do much. Arc being escorted here. And drops just in front of Shrine of War. Red team has made a decent amount of marches, got him here, but the arc was now once again captured by blue team. And just needs to make a small distance to get it inside that Shrine of War. Or run it towards the obelisk, as seems is the plan they're doing here. Once again, the arc drops. Picked up by red team for just a moment, but immediately drops again. Blue team picking it up. Red team picks up the Shrine of Life here, as blue team manages to get the arc inside the Shrine of War, and that is a now almost 10,000 points difference in the game. With just 6 minutes to go, it is gonna be, well, I would say impossible, but well, I guess it is possible to come back from this, but it is gonna be almost possible. Take a look over here at the Desert Altar. It is being swarmed and rallied, and the rally's doing very good damage here, but blue team is doing a good job at reinforcing as well. As Hugh Cook's insatiable desire from red team. That is still a lot of provisioning they would need to do. Blue team still just holding on to this. There's also by almost nothing, but is probably having more troops in there than it looks like. Archers outside are taking a decent amount of damage. As every single outpost from 636 is now being held by 463 in red. Good amount of point disruption there. Possibly a little bit of point gain. But they will need more than just outposts. And there goes the altar. A structure that will now no longer manage to pick time for blue team probably. But if red team is just a little bit good at reinforcing here, they can manage to get in just 1 or 2 minutes of points here. But with a point per minute game, they need to do more than this, as the points difference is now more than 10,000 points. And blue team is definitely also provisioning based on the scores coming in here, and that is just not possible for red team to make up that amount of provision. Now, an 11,200 point difference. Valiant stand being used on this desert altar here. To just hold on to it for just a little bit longer. It's not really gonna do much. Blue team take back the outposts. Red team is still holding that one obelisk up there, but that's not really gonna do much difference at this point in the game. Points per minute is now reduced to 10,000 points, or the points difference. As it goes back to 11,000. Provisions are incoming, but it's just nowhere near the amount they would need. Comes war drums from blue team, trying to take down this desert altar just a little bit more. Goes to blue. And there's the defeat. V636 wins. with the MVP being Mabel here. We see the provision score, even that 636 had the most points, and all these insatiable desires probably weren't worth it for 463. All in all, 463 losing on, well, all parts of the score. Has to heal a lot more troops to win this one, but once you play this one, and it's also seen that they definitely lost the field. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream, and if you did, consider dropping a like. And hope to see you next week for another stream. I'll probably be streaming the finals from V636 versus whatever team we're gonna be seeing here. Let's see who won the other match. Go to Anubis. And that is gonna be PX34 in the finals. So, thanks for watching. Goodbye.